Hey fellas, Rusty coming at you. Today we're going to take a look at my latest GEC. This one is a new release. Comes to us out of the 2025. It's in the Tidioute lineup. That's Tidioute Cutlery. You can see it both on the tank stamp and the shield. They're calling this Ruby Red Springfield Bone. So the Springfield would be the style of jigging, and the ruby red is the color. And I've seen some of these really dark red with some pink out here. I've seen some more medium with milky. Guess they're kind of calling that milk as a term. And so we'll take a look at that bone. Very good build quality on this. And we'll go over a little more here. It's known as the Lil Cowboy, and it's 3.6 inches closed, and I think we're sitting at about 7 inches open. So we got about a 2.5, maybe cutting blade here. So let's kind of take a look at that. It's got a little serpentine, and hopefully you can see a little down and moves to the up position. As usual, exceptional build, especially in the open position. Little bit of stickiness. I have flushed this and I have oiled it a couple times, and it's working its way through. You can see those brass liners, and what will happen is brass is a soft metal. As you continue to open it, it'll polish the insides, and that should smooth it out, as well as whatever is, so to speak, the hang up, where the end of the tang is riding on the spring here. So this part of the knife, we can get that, is riding on this spring, and that is a place where we're looking to smooth things out. We have 2 brass liners on the bottom, and not much of a gap. For those of you who are familiar with the 32 pattern, which is called the Engineer, that's the same type of a knife. It's more of a swell center, and right here, let's go over here, it says carbon. This should be saying the 66 1225. 66 being the pattern, 1 being this clip point, 2 being 2 blades, 1, 2, and the 25 is the year. But we are now curving downward here. Anyways, on the 32 pattern, there's a gap between this spring and the second or the inside brass liner, which isn't as big on this one. Still fantastic clip points. Gotta love that top swedge on this one. These are 1095 carbon steel. It's a little bit, what you might gritty right through here. So I like this. See how it sticks? I don't like it to stick. And I think it will smooth in or smooth out. But let's go ahead and open this up. We'll bring out a comparison knife for size, and that's a sod buster. In this case, this is a Mediterranean blue pocket worn sod buster. So this is how they look, and then I'm going to demonstrate, in my opinion, the advantages to this Great Eastern Cutlery knife. And one thing, it's about as slim as a sod buster. But I do like the blade on my GEC better than the case. This has belly, but this is also going to have a belly as well. And I just like the point. This is a clip point. This is more of a skinning style blade. So you guys will have to forgive me here. I am talking to you about 3 days after winning a battle with cancer. Oh, today's Friday. I had a kidney removed on Tuesday because that kidney had a tumor on it. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm just a little bit weaker. Anyways, the second benefit of this knife, remember we're looking at about the same thickness, and the second benefit is get a beautiful pen blade. These are very utilitarian as far as I'm concerned. Got an excellent cutting blade with a clip point, and then we have that pen blade for smaller detail work kind of stuff. So here's our case and how their backspring is looking. Not too shabby, actually. And then here's our GEC, and it's just better. It just looks how they blended those together. And here you can see tight, but it looks like the brass and the stainless are separated from one another. So, hey, what style knife is this, Rusty? Well, I would call it a pen blade or a two-bladed Stockman. And I want to bring out, for build purposes. This was built in 1987, I want to say. It's possibly a queen knife. It's my John Primble Stockman. John Primble India Steel. And it's in 1988. It could be a bluegrass cutlery, which I'm not as familiar with. I don't think bluegrass. I think this knife gets credited to Queen, but I think it might have been built by Bluegrass Cutlery. I can tell you that today Bluegrass Cutlery is doing some Winchester knives. So if you watch the video on the 81, the Bull Moose, and or the 32, this is what Bill Howard does to make room for that other blade. What he does, you can see these little, he's ground it here and he's ground it here, material off of this blade. So we have a blade stock which will take up the whole width of this spring. But when he grinds those over, it actually makes room for that pen blade. So here's what we're looking at. This is not quite, this is 3.6. So this one is 3.7-ish. It's not 3 7/8 like my case 6347 pattern. But here's a peak, 1988, 2005. So, and then we were talking about a two-bladed Stockman or a pen blade, a pen knife. So I'm not sure. Maybe Rasputin's Castle can chime in if he's out there. If you want to call this a two-bladed Stockman, or if it's a pen blade. But that's sort of, you can see the serpentine on this, and it's not quite as much, not quite as exaggerated. But we do have you can see the springs back here. So this is a nicely built, high end, I would call it. Very good quality knife here. So, hey, that's about all I have. You guys let me know what your thoughts are. Stick around for the unboxing. And I might try to dye this in something called coral, which would give this an orangey pink, which might be kind of fun. So we'll be done. Stick around for the unboxing. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, and actually it's an untubing Tidioute Cutlery Classic Pocket Knives. There's a Little Cowboy. You can see the little fella riding the horse. 1095 carbon steel, Great Eastern Cutlery. Got the address and the phone number. Gotta appreciate anyone who will put their contact information on their product. Ruby red, Springfield bone. You know, you're confident if you're going to put your information out there about how to contact you. If you build a knife, someone's not happy, they have your number and they can call you. So there's the button that these things a lot of times come with. I grabbed this one early before it was the first one I saw, and I paid $169. Oops. You guys probably got my information there. $169 and $7.60. And there are already a lot of people asking $209 for these. So, hey, we'll be done. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.